Okay. Okay. Apologies. I was running out of battery. Okay. So this is what our API needs to achieve. This is what our agent needs to achieve. That means we need to have two tools. One tool that can hit fireflies and get a list of all the meetings. Second tool that is again an API call to fireflies, maybe some different API that gets one particular meeting's transcripts. Clear? Let's go ahead. Okay. Now the question arises, Prakhar, we are not techies. We don't understand how to get API configuration. What exact API call do I need to make? That's perfectly fine. And to scare you a little more, I will show you something, okay? But then you'll realize how easy things are nowadays. Don't worry. This is a ready-to-made workflow that I have created. Okay. Take a look at this. I have already created this in some other workflow. This is what we're going to build now. You see this? These are all the configurations that you would have to fill. See this? Isn't this scary? See this? Some random language, some query transcript, JSON, value bearer, etc., etc. Isn't this difficult? Do you think you can achieve this alone without having any technology knowledge? Do you think it's possible for a non-techie to achieve this? Yes or no? Do you think non-techies can do this? Do you think even techies can do this? I can bet that even some of the techies cannot do this, right? But I can prove you wrong. All of you can achieve this with very easy set of steps without knowing any single thing about API calling. I'll tell you how. Okay. Let me clear this up. For this, I will go to Firefly's documentation. Okay. I will paste this link. I have already pasted the link in the documents, but I will still paste this link again in this chat also for your reference. All right. And again, as promised, you have all the screenshots. See this. Wait. Where was it? See this. You have the screenshot for the fireflies, so you have nothing to worry about. See this? I have also pasted the documentation screenshot. So just have fun. Okay. So I have shared the link of the documentation with you. Now, what is this? This again is a very complex documentation, and I do not expect you to understand all of it. The good part is it is AI powered. Okay, let me clear this up. This is how things will look when you start it. Okay, do you see this small icon available right here? It's asking me to press Command I. Let me press. Okay, there is an assistant that is opened. What is it? This shows that the Firefly documentation is AI powered. So basically, on top of this documentation, as a layman, you can ask anything that you want. All right. And it will give you answers. For example, let's say I want to fetch a list of meetings from Fireflies, maybe list of transcripts. Give me the command. Do you think there was anything technical here? I am writing as in layman terms as possible. Okay. Okay. So it's giving you two options. What are these? It's giving you some random shit. Don't worry about it. It's saying with curl command this. Okay. You don't have to understand a single line. It's already telling you what to do. Okay. Okay. Let's ask what is this curl command? The curl command is an HTTP request that calls the Firefly's GraphQL API to fetch transfer. That's okay. It doesn't matter what it's talking about. If you want to learn about it, you can. And I can spend a couple of minutes on it once we are done with the demo. But first of all, see this. It's exactly telling you what to do. See this? If you take a look at this command that looks so ugly, it's saying that don't use as it is. There is a variable that it has put here, which is the your API key. It says that replace the word your API key with your actual API key from Firefly settings. It exactly tells you what to do, guys. And of course, I now at this point don't need to explain you what an API key means. Firefly is a paid tool, So every paid tool requires a password. A API, to use the API, you need a password. Does that make sense? Is everything clear, crystal clear till now? Crystal clear, guys? Okay, so let's just follow what it is asking us to do. I will just copy this prompt here, this curl command that is giving me here, and I will simply paste it in this HTTP request. All right, this might look complex at start, but it is not. I will tell you, we'll backtrack and we'll revisit these sections, okay? As I promised you, I understand that these are a little difficult to follow, but that's my job to explain it to you, okay? So just trust me. Import curl, press this curl command here, okay? As soon as you import it, what has happened? You remember I showed you some fields in the previous agent that I was showing you? These crap here, query something, something, bearer something, something. What did the curl do? Basically, the Fireflies API documentation gave us the exact command that we just need to copy paste so that the whole configuration of this API gets filled up and we do not have to care about anything. Does that make sense? Guys, please, your input is very, very important. Please tell me if that makes sense. Don't be quiet. Please tell me. Keep the chat running. Does that make sense? You want me to reiterate? Yes? Okay, smart audience. All right, great. Cool. But you remember one thing that it asked us to change? The your API key. What did it say? What did it say? Replace your API key with your actual API key from the Firefly settings. Let's go to our Firefly dashboard. Let's click on the home. Let's go to settings. You see this developer settings? It has given us an API key here. Okay. All I'm going to do here is I'm just going to paste this API key and we are done. All right. And let me just give it a good name. Fetch meetings list for transcripts. And let me improve the tool description. Can anybody now answer in the chat, please? Why is it important to give a good tool description? Anybody? Okay. What did you say? We have two APIs. Yes, you have two APIs. Currently, we're setting the first one. If you take a look at this flow, first API fetches all the meetings for which transcripts are available. Second API call is once we know that the meeting that we're looking out for is available in this list, we will get the transcript information for it. All right. The first one just gives you the list. Second one goes one step ahead and gets the transcript information. Okay. Now, my question to all of you, why is the tool description important? We have been talking for around about more than 2 hours. So now I expect you to answer this. Why is the tool description important, guys? Tell me. Anybody? Can anybody take a guess? Please, guys. Anybody? Okay, looks like you don't want to answer. Okay. To specify the exact task to perform. Yes. Basically, as I had mentioned, let's go one step back so that things are crystal clear to you. What is the prompt that gets passed to the LLM? It gets a system prompt, it gets the tool description, and it gets the memory. See this? Memory is here, system prompt is here, and the tool description, which tells us how to use the brakes, how to use the accelerators. That's very, very important. That is how we tell AI how to use this particular tool. Does that make sense? That is why I have made sure to give a good tool description. Tool to fetch list of meetings for which transcripts are available. Okay. All right. Basically, brain knows which tool to perform. Yes, exactly. Improve performance. Yes. Okay. I love the fact that you are very observant and you're with me. Thanks for that. Let's just add the tool here and we should be done. Fetch meetings list for transcript. Okay. Okay. All right, let's test it out. The problem running it. What is the problem? Okay. I left this calendar blank. My bad. Oh, you know what? I think I might have made a mistake. Just give me a moment. All right. Okay, I did not save my workflow, and this is what happens when I don't pay attention. But anyways, it's a small thing. Let's just quickly get done with this. I'm sorry for wasting your time. Okay, all right. Ooh, let's save it this time. I hope I did not lose the prompt. Okay, we did not lose hold of the prompt. Okay, let's run this now and let's make a prompt. Okay. Uh, get me a list of meetings for which transcripts are available. Okay, for some reason they did not send the Telegram response. So, do you see, guys, that working with AI agents is a little tricky. You can't expect the same output every time. Even though I have mentioned in the prompt, something has gone wrong. And that is because it's non-deterministic. You cannot always have the same output. So all you can strive forward for is for the better responses. You cannot never guarantee 100% responses. Okay. Anyways, let's try changing the model again with GPT-5. Maybe GPT-5 doesn't break our trust. GPT-5. Okay, let's test this again. Get me a list of meetings for which transcripts are available. Okay, so GPT-5 did not disappoint us. See this. I fetched the list of meetings with available transcripts. Okay, got it? Does that make sense? It has given us all the list of meetings that we have in the Fireflies. See this? All the meetings that we have are all available here. All right, cool. Does that make sense? All right, now our task is, okay, what's our task? What is our task? Our task is to get the minutes of the meeting for this particular agentic AI N10 KT. So my prompt should be get me the minutes of the meeting for AI agent N8N meeting. All right. Okay. Let's save it. So till now, what we have achieved is the following. Wait, where was our list? Where was a list? I was writing something and showing it to you, right? Where was it? Where was it? Yeah. So this is done. Okay. This is done. Now, once the AI agent knows that the meeting that we are looking for is available, the second thing that we can do is to get the transcript and then summarize it ourselves. Does that make sense? Is that clear to you? We need to get the transcript. What is a transcript? Is the exact meeting text with timestamps. Okay. I'm going to show it again to you so that there is no confusion. This is the meeting. This is the exact text timestamp. At 2 seconds, Prakhar said this. At 54 seconds, Prakhar said this. Exact exact timestamps. Okay. So we will fetch this whole thing, and then we will ask our AI agent to summarize it. Okay. For which we need one more tool, one more API call. Okay. HTTP, again, same thing. Now you guys are expert. You now know what a curl command is. Okay. All right. I click on it. Now what needs to be pasted? Again, let's go back to our documentation. I know nothing about it. Okay. The same as you, I know nothing about it. Now give me curl command to fetch transcript of a given meeting. So basically what this assistant is doing is it has access to all the documentation. It is reading that and it is preparing a good answer for us so that you as a non-developer don't have to worry about reading APIs. Okay, so what did it give us? To fetch a single transcript by meeting ID, use the transcript query. This, bearer API, etc. Replace your API key with your actual. So it's also telling you that don't blindly copy paste it. Replace this with your actual API key, which we already know how to do it, and the your transcript ID. Where is it? Where is it, guys? Where is it? Your transcript ID with the meeting ID. Basically, what this query is doing is superficially, I'll just explain you for your own benefit. We need to pass two things. First of all, our password for the Fireflies. Second thing, oh, damn. I think I reverted back. Yes. Okay. Thanks. Second thing that we asked is we want transcript for a particular meeting, and that meeting will have a specific unique meeting ID, right? For example, you have a separate ID, account ID for your Google. I have a separate ID, which is Prakhar Bafna, whatever, right? That's exactly how meetings have different unique meeting IDs. So let's say I want to fetch the transcript for agentic AI. All of these will be having separate meeting IDs that will be stored in Fireflies. So the first API call that we made, that will give us that will give us list of meetings along with their meeting IDs. Does that make sense? Is it crystal clear to you, everybody? Crystal clear to everybody? Okay, got it. Okay, great. So again, all I have to do is the following. I will just copy it. I will go to my curl command here, paste it, import it, and all my fields are populated. But there is one big problem, guys. There is one big problem. Okay, let's first of all enter our API key here. Okay, let me copy the API key from our settings, developer settings, API key, bearer. Okay. But there is one fundamental problem, guys. There is one fundamental problem. Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me what the problem is? I'll give you 10 seconds to figure out. Okay, no guesses? Is it that bad? Am I boring you that bad, guys? Meeting ID. Exactly. Kudos to you. Exactly. Meeting ID. The problem here is we haven't figured out how to pass this meeting ID yet, right? Because every time I request transcript or summary for a new meeting, let's say in place of AI agent, maybe let's say if I ask for some other meeting, product stand-up, in that case, what will happen is the meeting ID is different for different meetings. So AI agent needs to figure that out. You don't know that upfront. So you can't put in any fixed value. You can't just say, let's say, you can't just say X, Y, Z. You have to figure out a way so that AI agent can put in this value. How do you do that? So every time we have provided the meeting ID, can that be parameterized? Exactly, that's a problem statement. What is a problem statement? I'll write here. Problem statement. Figure out a way to parameterize the meeting ID. Okay, is the problem clear to everybody? Forget about solution. Is the problem clear to everybody? Based on the user query, the meeting the person is asking for might change. So meeting ID also might change. We need to figure out a way to parameterize this meeting ID. Okay. Yes. How do we do that? You know what? What I'll do? I'll do something very amazing. I will copy this. I will remove this. Okay. And I will put in filled by AI. Okay. But this is not it. This is not it. Because AI doesn't exactly know what needs to be filled here, right? So, first of all, fetch transcript for a meeting. Okay. First of all, okay, tool to fetch transcript for a given meeting ID from Fireflies. Okay. Now, what is the problem statement? We have very easily said, okay, you know what? We will just ask AI to fill it. But AI doesn't exactly know what needs to be filled. AI will not go to your documentation and figure out what needs to be done. But the system prompt can tell it, right? We have been using system prompt every now and then, and that's exactly what we are going to do. We are going to tell it what kind of structure am I expecting the response to have. See this. Whenever user wants summaries, minutes of the meeting, of a meeting, you should, I'm just guiding it how to use Fireflies, okay? In plain English. Just read what I'm writing and you should understand it. Otherwise, I'll again reiterate, okay? You should first fetch all, first the list of available meetings using the tool, and we'll mention the tool that we created first. You remember this first API call? Everybody, don't worry. I'll repeat this whole thing again, but just tell me. Remember, this was the first tool. Okay, I'll fill this name later. But yeah, using the tool, if the meeting that user, or maybe, you know what, let's do it. Fetch the meeting ID of the meeting that user is interested in, and then fetch transcript for that meeting ID by calling the tool, this new tool that we have created, and then perform the required set of actions. I have done nothing. Whatever I was teaching you, explaining you here, whatever we were writing here, I am just writing that in one sentence in plain English. Okay. Here is the request payload you need to pass to the tool. Okay, and I will paste that thing here. Remember, I copied and removed it from there. Replace your transcript ID with the actual meeting ID. Simple enough. It's like talking to a human. You know, let's say if I asked you to do all these things, what will I say? You know what, Prakhar? First of all, if user asks you to give minutes of the meeting, the first thing is to get the list of all meetings, check if the meeting is available or not. That's exactly what I'm saying. Whenever the user wants summaries, minutes of the meeting, you should first fetch all list of meetings available using this tool, fetch the meeting ID of the meeting that user is interested in, and then using that, fetch the transcript for that meeting by calling the second tool. Okay. And if you remember, in this particular tool, I left this value blank because it had to be parameterized. This was varying with the user request, right? That's why I just copied the whole text. I just put that here in the system prompt. And I said that when you call that second tool to get the transcript, make sure to put this particular request payload, this one, and replace the transcript ID with the meeting ID because AI agent has the meeting ID. Does that make sense? Is this getting too technical or it's great? Or you want me to run this demo first and then explain you again? Whatever works for you. Understood. Okay, great. So let's try it out. If it doesn't make sense, I'll make sure to revisit it. But first thing first, let's just copy these tool names and put it right there. Okay, first of all, we'll make the system, the AI agent aware that this tool exists. Okay, and I also mentioned that tool here. First, fetch the list of available meetings from the tool. This one, fetch meetings list for transcripts. Okay, guys, are you observing how meaningful names I'm keeping here? It's very important to keep meaningful names so that AI agent can become more intuitive. Okay, it's getting technical. Don't worry, just hang in there for a minute. I will do a recap of this. Okay, don't worry at all. I had promised to deliver. I will. Okay, just wait. So calling the tool this one, fetch transcript for a meeting, and this tool here. Okay. Okay. Now let's save this till now. Let's execute the workflow. Okay. Get me minutes of the meeting for AI agent meeting. Let's see. Just hang in there for 30 more seconds and we should be good then. Okay, why is it so slow? Somebody is asking why is it slow. So, you must have observed that this is specifically becoming slow when we are switching to Chat GPT GPT-5. GPT 4.1 was fast, right? It's because GPT-5 is doing a bit more better form of analysis. It's applying more of its deep research, because of which the responses are also better. So to get better responses, there's a trade-off, right? Okay, I have shared the minutes of the meeting. It includes agenda, key discussion points. Okay, so where has it shared? Where has it shared? Okay, where has it shared, guys? I don't see it anywhere. That is strange. Okay, so what did it give us? What is the response? Okay, something is going wrong. What is going wrong? It's getting the right set of answers here. See, it's getting the whole text here. Right, because there is no solution to fit everything. Okay, we have everything here. Uh, Wait, what is the destination where minutes of the meeting was stored? So ideally, it should have given it to us on Telegram. That is what I'm also searching for. It should have ideally given it to Telegram. Something is going on. Let me know if you want a deeper summary. No, it hasn't given us a summary. Maybe I'm just thinking, maybe my prompt was not so great. And then create summaries slash minutes of the meeting based on what user requests. Okay, let's see. Let's see if this works now. Fingers crossed. Let's see if this works. Hmm. Let's see. Let's wait for 30 seconds, guys. That's all we can do. Let's wait for 30 seconds. I hope this gets resolved. I'm wondering we should have switched to GPT-4, but anyways, let's wait for it to get completed. Hmm. Sorry. It's become very slow. Maybe because our prompt size has also increased quite a bit. Okay. Okay, great. See, summary, compared workflows versus AI agents, plan to build a personal assistant agent next session, and assigned homework to recreate the demo. Of course, now you might argue that Prakhar, this is not a very great summary, but now you understand that you can make this better by enhancing system prompt, right? Maybe you can give the exact structure of how you want the summary. Maybe you can say summary, who said what, action plan from everybody's point. You can say anything that you want and it will give you that output. But do you now realize the power of this? It see how many things it will do by itself. It first of all got a list. Okay, now I will summarize. Okay, now is your chance. So those people who did not get a hang of what we have been doing so far, I will give you a chance to understand all of this again. All right. What did our LLM do? What did our agent do? Let's take it all the way from the start. First, our question was get me minutes of the meeting for the AI agent N8N session. The moment this request hit the AI agent, what happened is AI agent firstly thought, okay, the user has asked me for fetching summary of a meeting. Before that, as a pre-step, I need to check if that meeting is available or not, right? How will it check it? It will hit the Fireflies API and it will confirm, okay, give me the list of all the meetings that you have Fireflies. Out of that, I will confirm if what the user is asking is actually available. So what did Fireflies give it? See this. Fireflies gave it the whole output of all the lists. See this Divine Lane, sales team, stand up. This is exactly what you were seeing here. Do you agree? I want response from you. Do you agree? Please tell me in the chat. See this? This is what you have been seeing so far, all the meetings, right? Clear so far? Okay, let's go back. That was the first step. Now, an AI agent has access to one more thing. It now has the whole list, and all it needs to check is okay, I have this whole list with me. All I need to check is the meeting that Prakhar is asking for is available or not? It says, oh, wow, okay, it's available. Now what? Now Prakhar is asking me to get the transcript for it because to get summaries, I need to get the whole transcript. Is that correct? To be able to summarize, you need to know the content, right? So to get the transcript, there is another API exposed by Fireflies, which is the second tool that we have, fetch transcript for a given meeting. What does it need? It needs a meeting ID, right? Where will AI pick this ID from? Here. Take some time to digest that. AI has figured out that Prakhar needs summary for this meeting. So I need to pick this ID and I need to call this tool to get the whole transcript. And as soon as I get it, I will summarize it. Okay. And how was it able to perform this action? Because we gave a very in-depth system prompt instruction. See this. Whenever user wants summaries, minutes of the meeting of a meeting, you should first fetch the list of all available meetings using the tool, exact tool that we have mentioned, fetch meetings list for transcripts. fetch the meeting ID of the meeting that user is interested in, and then fetch the transcript for that particular meeting ID by calling the tool second one. Okay. And then create summaries slash minutes of the meeting on top of that. Does that make sense? Now tell me, is it too difficult or now it makes sense to you? Is it interesting? Tell me. Of course, it is difficult. By no means I'm saying it's not difficult. That's why I mentioned I gave you a warning as well. But do you think, I was able to explain this to you? Any response in the chat would help. I'm here for all of you. Interesting, but need practice. That is totally fair. Okay, interesting, interesting. Yes. Okay, exactly. You need to practice it. These things don't come overnight, right? You can't expect hard things to go by overnight, right? You just need to make sure that you understand the concept of it and need to make sure that you save everything. Otherwise, you'll lose all this progress. Okay. So we have achieved quite a bit, right? We have achieved quite a lot of things here, guys. See, email done, meetings is done. Now, what is this blank? Anybody? What is this blank? This was a surprise for you, right? This surprise is Spotify. All right. What if you tell her that, I am I am very low on energy. Play some metal music for me. Would you love that? Would you love that? Yes, the recordings will be available in the LMS as well and in the Telegram as well. Okay. But would you love this thing? Oh, you will hate it. Okay, I totally am with you. You will say, Prakhar, why do I need to ask the personal assistant to play metal music? I can do that on Telegram. That's not a big deal. Yes, you're totally right. It's just an interesting use case that tells how great integration does Anytone have. You couldn't even think of the fact that Anytone would have an integration with something like Spotify. That's the sole point, right? Any tool available out there that you want to integrate, it's available. All right. And the integration is super easy. Okay. See this. What will I do? A new tool, Spotify, Spotify tool. What next? I have already created the credential. If you want to create new, nothing. You just have to click on connect my account. Again, it will redirect and the same thing will happen. That's happening till now. Okay. What do I need to do? Guys, you don't need to pay a lot of attention to this. It's just something that I would want to gauge your interest, right? It's okay if you don't understand this fully. Just watch this content so that things get ingrained in your head that, okay, Prakhara showed us so many things and just make a pattern in your head that, okay, all these things are very similar. So if we learn one tool properly, we can learn to use other tools very seamlessly. Okay. Okay. Get the album by album ID. Okay. All right. What can we have? Search. Search by keyword. All right. What am I saying? In the albums of Spotify, I want to search something by a keyword. Maybe it can be metal. And I would leave that to AI. All right. And I will leave that for a limit of 10. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's save this still here. And Spotify album search by keyword. Okay. And I will do nothing. I will simply put this here. Okay. Cool. That's it. Let's save it. First of all, let's try suggest. Suggest me some metal music from Spotify. Oh, okay. My bad. I did not click on execute. Oh, okay. It has picked up. Let me clean this up. Yep. Guys, just last 15 minutes, okay? I think we're almost done. Just last 15 minutes. Sorry for holding you for so long. Just last 15 minutes, okay? Somebody has asked, can we use N8N for the case like event-based example, click of a button and download the Excel? Yes, totally, you can do that. In fact, I would say, for example, let's say somebody has sent you an email, right? That email has an Excel attachment. You don't even have to download that email. You just have to say, let's say in Telegram, you will say, uh, just trigger this AI agent, and this AI agent will take a look at the newest email. It will see if there is any new attachment. It will download that attachment, and it can also upload that to Google Drive. That's the extent that it can do anything that you want. Okay. Shared high energy metal music from Spotify, thrash metal hits, thrash zone, something, something. Okay. So it has given you a list, but I want it to play those songs. Okay. Just some catchy stuff, guys. Please don't hold me to it that Prakha, this is a useless case. I just want to do something that intrigues you. Okay. That's it. And you will also get a chance to see how easy it is to integrate any tool available out there. See this. I'll click on player. I'll click on start music, and I will let the model define the parameter automatically. Okay. Spotify album. Okay. Play Spotify music. Okay. I will simply go to the AI agent. Let's get here and simply mention this. Now you know the drill. Okay. Now you're an expert. Okay. All right. Let's save this out and let's execute this. I am low on energy. Play some metal music from Spotify. Okay. Spotify doesn't require an account, of course. Spotify does require an account, but there are some things that you can achieve with this integration for free. But let's say, for example, if you want to stop a music, wait, let me show you. Let me show you the tools that you can possibly have after this one particular demo. Okay. Just wait for a minute. Let me complete this. Okay, something has failed. What is it? Invalid context URI. All right. What is the context URI here? Okay, there is one more interesting feature of N8N platform that I would like to tell you. Do you see? I have come across an error. Clearly, I have come across an error which I cannot fix, right? So what will I do? N8N gives you an Ask Assistant function, right? Click on this. It has an inbuilt AI-powered assistant which can help you with problem solving, right? It is built on N8N documentation, so it can assist you with your errors. See this. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Here is my top solution to fix the error. The error resource you're requesting could not be found from Spotify node means resource ID does not correspond to a valid or accessible Spotify resource. One action, check the resource ID you're using and start using the ID must be okay. So it's saying that maybe the URI that it is putting up is not the exact one. So maybe AI agent is not filling the right URI. Okay, let me just kill this one. Okay, so let's see what is the response of the album. What is the response of the album? Okay, type URI. It's giving a lot of content. Okay, this is the ID that it is giving you, right? Okay, so the problem was just specifying the ID isn't enough. We also have to specify the whole resource, the Spotify album, this whole thing, all right? So, you know what? In the interest of time, I already have this. Let me just go back to my existing workflow and let's check what we did right there, okay? That will save all of our time. Uh, See this Spotify music play. So this was exactly what we required. And this was also the exact same thing. So I wonder what was the problem. Did I give any extra prompt there? Let's see. Okay. I think at this point, I've already stretched you quite a bit, and I don't want to keep you holding. Maybe in the next session, we can cover this part up. But still, in the interest of time, I think we have covered quite a bit, right? So tell me, how did you find it? Okay, before that, there is some questions that I would like to answer. Spotify doesn't require an account. Yes. To answer your questions, there is a lot that you can do with Spotify here, but some functionalities require you to have a premium Spotify, right? For example, you can get a list of all the artists that is for free. But let's say if you want to play a specific track, for example, you want to pause the music, you want to play a music, you want to skip to the next song, these require more permissions for which you need a premium account. So yes, to answer your questions, think of it like 30% of these functionalities from Anytone to Spotify can be done with free Spotify. Remaining ones, the ones which are more interesting ones, they will require you to use the premium model of Spotify. Okay, so that's that. Okay, having said that, tell me, how did you guys like this demo? Was it interesting? I know, as I had said, this was a little tough at some points, but do you think that was helpful? I know you will have to go through this content again, you will have to practice it, but do you think on from my end, I was able to convey whatever was required? And do you now have a sense of the whole AI engine building ecosystem? I'm sorry if I could not, get the content through to you. I've tried my level best, but we are all improving. We're all learning, right? So your feedbacks are very valuable. That is why I have a feedback link for you. Please don't leave the session now. I want to share that feedback link, okay? Because I also want to improve. Okay. Okay, somebody's saying that can you play the music in it? Oh, that's a great idea. Yes, I can do that. You're right. You know what? That's a good idea. Let me show you because it was working for me. So let's see. Maybe some AI agent issue. This is already active, right? Okay. What was the bot 4:36 p.m.? Was this the one? Personal bot. If you guys stay here for a couple of minutes, I can try running that for you. Okay. Anytime bot, personal bot. Get me minutes of the meeting. Yes, this was the one. Okay. Play metal music playlist for me. Okay, let's see if this works. If this doesn't work, then I probably might be having a bad day. In which case, I won't be holding you for a longer span, but let's just hope this works so that at least you guys can take a look at the capabilities, right? Let's see. But yes, for those who want to drop off, I have already shared the feedback link. I would really, really appreciate if you could give the feedback so that I can also improve from my end. I also understand what is it that you require me to improve on, right? Yeah, that's that. Let's just wait. for max 1 minute for this to complete. And then I think all of us should be free. Yes, you will be getting a recording in the LMS. This will be recorded. Don't worry. You can see this, so you can rewatch this as many times as you want. Hmm. It's taking a while. Okay, somebody is asking, is it necessary to put into active state? Okay, I'm glad that you asked that. So, what does the active state mean here? Okay, if you do not turn this toggle on, what will happen is your Telegram messages or whatever trigger that you have set won't automatically start this AI agent. Activating this workflow means your AI agent is listening to your trigger. Okay, what is mentioned? I tried to start a mental playlist, but the player returned an error. I can spin up. Okay, so probably it's not a good day for me. So yeah, I won't be able to show you the demo. But anyways, yeah. So to answer your question, the real reason for putting up this active state here is so that the AI agent can listen to the trigger. If I turn this off, I will have to manually execute it. So if I go back to my current workflow, I haven't activated this, right? So anytime I want to test this, what I will do is I will just execute this workflow here and then I will write some message here and then it will pick it up. But had I simply just turned on this toggle, this would have, okay, currently we're facing errors because Spotify is showing some error. Let me delete that to show you exactly what I'm trying to say. Okay, now that I have activated this workflow activated, okay? Cool. Setup checklist. These are the default steps. Okay. Now this is activated. So I do not need to click on this execute workflow again and again. Every day I can just ask it to do whatever I want. For example, let's say get me the calendar events for today. And if you take a look at these executions, you will see a new execution popping up in a bit. It takes a while to pick up, but that is where you will see the executions automatically being picked up. Okay. Auto refresh is on. Just wait for 30 more seconds, guys, please. Yes, playing the song needs premium license. I do have a premium license. That's why I was surprised. Okay, that is why I. Oh, okay, sorry. My bad. This get calendar is in the. I have pasted this in the wrong bot. So wait, this is the bot that we had created, no? Yes. Let's put this here. Now let's see if this is being picked up or not. See this running. Okay. Hi Prakhar, I pulled your calendar event. See this? It's running. So do you now get the difference? Is it clear to everybody what the active toggle means? Clear to everyone? Any questions? Okay. All right. I hope you guys had a great time and hope to see you pretty soon. And I'm really sorry if I wasn't able to answer any of the questions or if you did not understand the part. I tried my best to explain you everything, but of course, there might be some gaps in what I was trying to teach. In which case, I would just request you to watch the whole session again. Maybe that helps. All right. See this. I fetched your calendar events. This. All right. Okay. So this is where we part ways. I hope you had a great time. Please have a good meal, refresh yourself because it's been a long session. And thanks a lot for being such a wonderful audience. Okay, cool. Take care. Good night.